Today is Wednesday, July 21st, 2015. I'm Z, and you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as NoodlKnits. And also, we have a Ravelry group on Ravelry, and you can find that by searching NoodlKnits podcast under the groups tab on Ravelry. I also have a Facebook page for the podcast, and or the podcast, and also just dedicated to my knitting, and that is just NoodlKnits. And you can find show notes at my blog, which is noodleknits.wordpress.com. And I have links on the blog to Instagram, Ravelry group, and Facebook. So that's everything is like right there for you. Okay. Today I have only one FO and only one half object and only one whip. So it'll probably be a pretty short episode, but I've just been really monogamously knitting on socks. So I haven't really been doing anything else. And it's like one sock at a time that I'm knitting. So I can turn them out pretty quickly, but if that's all you're knitting, then you're not going to have very much to show week to week. But I really do enjoy doing episodes week to week because it gives me something to kind of look forward to, and I enjoy doing them. So, and I just kind of feel like it rounds my week out. Like I did a podcast this week, and I edited it and uploaded it, and then it kind of helps me have like a schedule or something. I don't know. Anyways, sorry for that little rant. My first FO is I finished this scrubby, which last week was just this, and this week is this. And this is the tulle, which looks like it's kind of a little scraggly right there, but it'll still scrub. So that's the tulle, and then I've got the cotton, and then I just did, to clean up the edges, because whenever I connect the tulle to the cotton, it always looks a little messy. So I wanted to clean up the edges, so I added this kind of look like petals. And it's just lily, sugar, and cream solids for the cotton, and then just plain tulle that I got at Hobby Lobby. So, and I used an H hook I'm pretty sure it's an H hook for the cotton parts, and a K hook for the tulle. And then for this edge, all I did was go into, let's see, I don't know where, I'm not even going to be able to find my starting stitch. I think it was here. Go into your starting stitch and do 4 double crochets out of that one stitch, and then skip a stitch and do a slip stitch in the next one, and then skip a stitch and do 4 double crochets in that one, and on until you get to the end, which ended up being completely perfect because I ended at a slip stitch. I didn't even do the math on that, I just winged it. But I was pretty proud of myself. I was like, hey, look, I did it. I made it all the way around, and I don't have to do one less or something. But I really like that because it makes really rounded petal looking things, and it really does look like a little flower. So I hope that's not too girly for my dad, but I sent a picture to my mom and she liked it, so I kind of really think I need to make myself some of these now. And those are pretty decent size. There we go. And my one half object is I finished one vanilla sock for the rainbow knit along, which I really need to get more rainbow yarn, because after I finish the second sock, I'm going to want to enter more stuff into the rainbow knit along. So all I did on this one was, this is Knit Picks Felici in the Time Traveler colorway, which I got in November or early December, whenever they had the big sale. I think it's like it's like their big annual sale, and kind of went crazy on that sale. But this is when I got that, and it's been sitting in my stash until when I cast on the sock. Oh, and then the heel and toe are Cascade Heritage sock in the Dahlia colorway. And the Time Traveler yarn is, I'm sure you can tell, it's Doctor Who inspired. the really long, you know, the Doctor Who scarf? That's what these colors are supposed to be inspired by. And I used my Knitter's Pride Dreams DPNs on this in the size US1, which is a 2.25 millimeter. And I cast on 60 stitches, which I'm actually thinking maybe I should start casting on 62 and then doing decreases on my foot. Because by the time my toe is done, down here it's always really kind of loose. But up here it's always really kind of tight. But at the same time I don't know, because I really like the way they feel on my feet. Kind of like my socks to be snug. Because you get used to the store-bought socks, which have like the spandex in them or whatever, and so they stretch to fit your foot perfectly and tightly. So I'm kind of used to that. But I'm also thinking I'm probably going to wear out my socks a lot faster by having them be tight. So I don't know, maybe I'll try one sock and just kind of toy with it. But like next pair of socks, I just cast on 60 and do 2 inches of 1x1 rib, which worked out perfectly to end a stripe. And I'm kind of hoping I can do that on the next one, but I don't know, because I don't know how much of this I did. I should have started it with the pink, so it would be easier to determine when to start on the next one. And then I just did 5.5 inches total from cuff to start of heel, probably about 5.5 inches, and then I did my contrast heel, which was a little tricky for me to figure out, but I did figure it out. So but I did get tips on how to do it easier next time, so hopefully it'll be easier next time. And then I did my whole foot, and I started my toe whenever I ended this brown, which I kind of feel like I could have gone into the purple stripe and then started my toe, because my toe looks really long, and I just did a rounded toe, but my toe looks really, really long and awkward compared to the rest of the foot. But it's because I did it and I thought it was time, because I wanted to do a rounded toe, and you know, you have to start the rounded toe. You have just, like, if you're going to do square toe, you have to start the square toe a lot earlier than the rounded toe. And whenever I'm doing the rounded toe, I keep thinking that I need to go ahead and start doing it, and then I'm way too early. So I'd already switched colors. And so then I just knit a few rounds and then started my decreases, but it looks really long. But the crazy thing is, on my foot, it doesn't look awkward. So that's, I guess, all that really matters, is that it doesn't really look all that awkward on my foot. And it's because this is my whole toes. I started it whenever I tried on the sock and I was at my toes, that's when I started the purple. So I think that's why it doesn't really look super awkward on my foot. But I really, really like the way this turned out. The colors and everything, I love. So that's my 1/2 object. Oh, and I just did a fish lips kiss heel on that, which I'm thinking I really need to try the heel flap and gusset again, but I haven't done it yet. And then my one work in progress is my second Rose City roller sock, which apparently, there we go. And, well, give me a second. I'm all twisted up here. Come on. Nope. Okay, I don't know what happened in my project bag, but everything's all twisted, so I'll figure it out later. And I'm already past my cuff, and I've already turned my heel, and I've just started on my foot. I've only got a few rounds on my foot done. My needles weren't twisted. I'd be able to see it a little bit better. And like on the other one, I did a Rose City roller. I did a fish lips kiss heel, which I'm going to definitely do these socks again. I think I might have enough of the Time Traveler yarn left over to do a pair of Rose City roller socks. So I might do that, but I don't know for sure. And if I'll have enough yarn. But if I do, I will. And then I'll do the heel turn that's in the pattern, I think, to try it out. But these are super easy. I did pretty much all of this yesterday. You know, intermittent with like chores and taking care of Rowan. So, but this is Cascade Heritage sock in the Dahlia colorway. I love this yarn. I really want more of it. and I am using my Addy Turbo Sock Rockets 40-inch for Magic Loop, and this is a 2.5 millimeter, which is a US 1.5, but if you look at it, it says it's a US 1, which I've already made comments on before and I should stop doing, but I don't want to confuse anybody. If you want to like go out and buy one single pair of fixed Addy Turbo Sock Rockets in a US 1, and then it's, or in a 1.5 and you can't find it, well, the 2.5 is a US 1 on the B's. It's actually US 1.5. So, and also cast on 60 stitches. So, and there's that. And I'll be doing a round or two on that one. And then I'll go back to the rainbow socks. And I have no acquisition this week. Sorry, guys. I have a swap package coming in the mail at some point, so that should be, but I don't know how long it'll take that to get here. It's international, so. And I also need to do my swap package. I've already got my mini skeins done, but there's not many of them. But I need to get fabric to do the swap package. So that'll be this weekend. I'll get fabric. So hopefully this weekend I'll have something to show. Even if it's just stuff from Hobby Lobby, it'll be something. On the knit along front, there are now 6 entries in the, or there are 6 pairs of finished socks in the FO thread for the Operation Sock Drawer Knit Along, and that's awesome. And all of the socks are gorgeous, gorgeous socks. So I encourage you to pop on over there. If you're a sock knitter, if you knit socks, or if you just knit a pair of socks for another knit along and you just finished it within the time frame of this knit along that I'm doing, enter it. I mean, why not? It just takes a couple of minutes to like upload a photo, and that's all you need to do. So that's exciting though, that's kind of picking up a little bit. I really am powering through this episode. Goodness gracious. Wish I had talked a little bit slower. Anyways, on the nails today, I've got, this is Essie in the Sunday Fun Day color, which, it's a little chipped right now, but I've been doing some cleaning, and it, and I also put it on, like, end of last week, so, and you can't really tell on, but, like, if you're looking at the bottle, you can really tell it's got a little bit of sparkle in it, so that's really pretty, and I love that color, and that is one of my new colors. My show notes are so short. I'm really trying to figure out a way that I can make this a decent length episode. Well, my question for this week is, do you have a favorite yarn? If so, what is it? Is it a specific brand of yarn, or is it just a specific fiber that you prefer to knit with? And what about it do you absolutely love? Do you love the way it feels in your fingers, or do you love the fabric that it makes, or both, or what? I think right now my favorite is merino, which, who doesn't love merino wool? I just love how smooshy and squishy it is, and soft. I've only knit one thing with alpaca, and I really enjoyed that, but it did kind of make a scratchy fabric. Not super duper scratchy to where it's unbearable, but kind of scratchy. Also, if you have any questions for me, like if you ever think of anything that you want to ask me, I have a questions thread on the Ravelry group, and I'd love if you, I would answer your questions on the episode if you asked any. It has no questions in it at all, and so please ask me questions. It'll help me on these weeks where I don't really have a whole lot to talk about. It'll help me kind of have something to talk about. I really wish that I wish I could, I want to show y'all my sock yarn blanket, but I haven't done any work on that lately. Like I've said, I've been really monogamous on socks, so I haven't really worked on the blanket. I need to though, so hopefully next week I'll be able to show you guys something on that. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry this is so short. Anyways, I guess on to chatter. So if you don't listen to the chatter part, have a great week. And if you do, thanks for staying. Excuse me. This week my grandmother is coming, and I am so excited. I cannot will the days to go by faster. She's coming for, well, she comes around this time every year since I've lived here. And I think really, like, I like to say it's for Rowan's birthday, but I think also it's just kind of to visit. But I love that she's here for Rowan's birthday. He turns 3 this year on the 30th. And she was there at the hospital when he was born, and then shortly after he was born, we moved here to Louisiana, and so he had his first birthday here, and she drove all the way out here for his birthday, his first birthday, and then again for his second birthday, and then she's doing it again this year, and I love it. I think that's so special for her to be here every year at his birthday. And so this week I've really been, well, past couple weeks, but especially this week, I've really been just trying to get the house picked up and clean and in order, and been trying to get myself, I'm really bad about if there's toys everywhere, I'll kind of leave the toys everywhere until it drives me nuts. So I've really been trying to get into a better habit of like picking up the toys at night with Rowan, like having him help me pick up the toys at night. He can't really do it all on his own. He'll put away a couple toys and then ask me if he's done. Then put away a couple and ask me if he's done. So if I help him, or if he helps me, then we get them all put away fairly quickly. And he's good about, if I'm in the room putting the toys where they go and he's bringing me the toys, he'll do that, or he'll watch me and try and figure out where he thinks the toys should go. And so we've been trying to do that, and that makes it easier to have the house. It makes me happier when I wake up to have the house not be cluttered with toys. And also it'll be easier for when Granny gets here, because she'll be staying in his room, and it'll be easy if that room is not trashed with toys. So it'll be easier to just put up the air mattress and stuff in there. But she'll be coming Friday. She'll probably be here Saturday, because I think she usually stops in Dallas and rests and visits her sister and stuff, and spends the night and then continues through. Although she said something yesterday that makes me think that she might drive through, so I don't know what she's doing, but we think Saturday at the latest she'll be here. She's definitely leaving her house on Friday, and I'm very, very excited for that. Yay! I just hope that the humidity goes down, so that, because she always likes to go out and do things, so I really hope the humidity levels out. It's been so humid lately that even in the morning, in like the very early morning, it's uncomfortable to be outside. It's terrible. And it's so hard to keep our kitchen cool for whatever reason. I think because we've got the dryer over there, and like in the laundry room is over there by the kitchen, and then the stove, and so it's really hard to keep the kitchen cooled off, even though it's like all one big room. But for whatever reason, you get into like where the kitchen is, and it's like atmosphere change. It's crazy. But hopefully we can figure that out, get some fans or something, and that'll be good. I'm just ready for the week to be over so that Granny can be here. I'm like willing the days to go by faster, which of course when you do that makes them go by slower. I guess I should really stop rambling. It's such a short episode, but I will, I guess, go ahead and upload it since I filmed it. And I'm sorry, guys, for the terribly short episode. I don't even know if you can call it a full episode, but I'll try. And I'm hoping next week it'll be a little bit better. I'll spend more time knitting and have a little bit more to show. And hopefully I'll probably have a little bit of smooshy goodness, which I think does make up a good chunk of an episode, is when you have something to show in your acquisition section. So, so I'll just post it, and sorry guys, it'll be longer next week, promise. I'll try to figure out a way to make it longer next week. Or if it's not going to be longer next week, I won't record. Sorry again. And thank you all so much for tuning in. I love seeing all of the viewers, and I can see on my blog how many views my blog has gotten and from what countries, and I love that. I think that is so cool to see all the different countries that my blog is getting hits from, and then I love seeing the number of views go up on YouTube. So I just think that's so great, and I just love it. So thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in each week, and I feel like I'm really gypping you guys this week, so I do apologize. I hope I don't lose you guys over this one short episode, but I hope you'll have a great week, and happy knitting. Bye.